coming out of the season. My bad. We are coming out of the season of fire, the Kalon Okoriad. And now we're moving into summer, which is water. And I think those two combined are so relevant for the times today. So that's where we're going to be heading. We have several different people who are contributing to that part of fire leaving and water coming in. So I'd like to start by doing, okay, Miss Cornelia, I got to get this right. Miss Cornelia is going to cast the circle. If you would, please, darling.
By the earth, that is her body. By the air, that is her bright spirit, her breath. By the fire, that is her bright spirit. By the sacred water of her fertility womb, I now declare this place to be truly sacred. As below, so as above, so below. As within, so without. From the universe to the soul. So mote it be.
So mote it be. Thank you, Miss Cornelia. I really appreciate that. Okay, we're going to take a few minutes to center and ground for the working and everything that we're going to be doing. Oops. Okay, so if you would, please find yourself in a comfortable position. If you're in a chair, sit up as straight as you can, but yet comfortably. Move to the back of the chair so you have some lovely support, and place your feet on the ground so that you're totally in touch with the mother. I would like to take 3 deep breaths. We're going to do an inhale, and we're going to hold it for 2 heartbeats, and then we're going to release it twice as long as it was to take it in. And we're going to do this 3 times. You may close your eyes if you wish to, or do what is ever comfortable for you. Okay. We're going to inhale, hold for 2 heartbeats, and exhale slowly. And inhale, and hold, and exhale. And this 3rd time, inhale and hold it for 4 heartbeats if you can. And exhale. Now, I'd like you to feel into your heart chakra. This is also the season of the heart being fire. And in your heart, you have this swirling, swirling fire. It's so beautiful. It's comforting. It's warming. Has the gentlest of touches. And from that fire, there comes a cord, a beautiful red cord. And that red cord comes down. It goes down through your solar plexus, down through your belly, down through your sacral chakra, down through wherever you are positioning your body, and through the floor and through the basement if there is one, all the way down to the soil. And as that red cord goes down, it still feels the swirling fire in your heart. And as it drills down, it goes through the bones of our ancestors. It goes through the bones of the previous creatures that lived before humans, down through the crystal caves. It goes on down and down through the mantle of this beautiful planet, down through the outer core, down into the inner core, and then finally to that beautiful center core that is so wonderful, so full of energy, so responsible for the rotation of the earth, so holding you grounded. It's got you so beautifully held into that inner core. Take a moment to feel that beautiful grounding energy at the center of this beautiful planet. Now take that beautiful central energy and using your red thread, begin to come back up. Come up through the inner core and through the outer core. That beautiful red thread goes through the mantle, up into the soil where you find the crystal caves, through the creatures that were here before humankind, through the ancestors of your bones, up through the very layers of the building in which you are seated or laying down in, and up through your sacral, coming up through your belly, up through and into your heart. Meet it there with the lovely fire that is still spinning in your heart. Feel that energy that is on that cord coming up from the core, the very center of this place. Mingle it. Feel its love. Feel it grounding you into the earth. Now, from that beautiful mingling comes a beautiful silver thread. And this silver thread comes up and out. And it comes through your third eye and out of your crown and out of the roof and through the building in which you're in, if you are, up through the trees, if that's where you happen to be. It's going up. It's got the fires of the earth and the grounding of the core. And it's got so much energy that it's flying up and up. It's crossing through the atmosphere, through the clouds, through the light blue ionosphere, the magnetosphere, and on out into the space beyond us, out into the universe, in the blackest of black, the total absence of color, except for the twinkling of the stars. And in that twinkling, you'll feel one star that is brighter, and that star is calling to you. Let that silver thread go to that star, for she is your mother star, and she wishes to hold you in her celestial arms. And she's there, cradling you and giving you the beautiful, loving energy of the universe and of her mother star form. Take a moment to feel that celestial love. So now, filled with her beautiful celestial love, she releases you to come back through the cosmos, through the blackest black of space where you see the sparkling lights, down back to the atmosphere in which we live, the ionosphere, the blue skies and the beautiful clouds that scatter around above us, through the trees if that's where you are, and down through the building that you may be in. And she enters through your crown chakra and through your third eye, down through your throat and into your heart. And there she mingles. There she swirls her beautiful, beautiful silver energy with the energy of the red thread coming up from the core and that beautiful, lovely fire that is in the center of your heart. All three of these elements swirl and mingle. And they have you coming in. And you do feel grounded from the bottom to the skies and within your heart. And there you are, grounded and centered. And for this moment, I would like you to take a very deep breath. Feel their beautiful energy and hold it within you, grounded and centered. And then blow it out and open your eyes when you are ready. Inhale. And exhale. And open your eyes. Thank you, everyone. And now we're going to have Cathy Smith call in the element of water as the seasonal direction. Miss Cathy.
Croeso, Cerridwen of water, Lady of the lake of deep waters, Keeper of the cauldron of myth and magic, Mother of the waters of our wombs. Let your cleansing waters wash away all that no longer serves us. Let your healing waters softly caress our minds, our hearts, our bodies, and our souls. Let your vital waters gently nourish all that within us which needs to grow strong under your light. Give us the strength and courage to feel our feelings, letting them wash over us, through us, and down into your cleansing earth. Give us the strength and courage to face our fears, to walk through the storms, and to bend like your willow in the winds of change. And may we always hold our hands out for those around us who may need support. Lady of the lake, you bring to us your gift of crystal clear water. We breathe in your energy with love and gratitude. Hail and welcome, Cerridwen of water. Blessed be.
Hail and welcome, Cerridwen of water. Blessed be.
Turn with me in your mind's
Thank you,
eye.
Miss Cathy, for calling her in.
Sorry. Turn with me in your mind's eye to the center. Croeso, Cerridwen, Maestres hyd dirgelwch, Mistress of magic and mystery, we call to you from the turning wheel, from the shifting tides of our lives, from the waters within us and the waters that surround us. You who dwell at the still point, at the heart of the cauldron, at the center of all transformation, be with us now. When our emotions rise like storm-tossed seas, help us find the deeper current beneath. When fear churns our waters, help us remember the calm depths below. When grief, anger, or uncertainty threaten to overwhelm us, guide us back to the wisdom within your cauldron. Teach us to honour every feeling as the ocean honours every wave. Teach us to hold compassion for ourselves and for one another as the rivers hold all who drink from them. Great Mother of transformation, keeper of hidden wisdom, remind us that beneath every storm lies stillness. Beneath every ending lies renewal, and beneath every wave lies the deep ocean of the soul. Cerridwen, keeper of the deep waters, lady of the quiet depths, where no storm can reach, where all rivers return, where mystery becomes wisdom, and wisdom becomes compassion. Be present in this circle with us this evening. Walk beside us as we tend the waters within, and that we may help heal the waters of our world. We breathe in your wise energy with gratitude. Hail and welcome, Cerridwen, maestress hyd ar dirgelwch. Now please join with me as we sing the 3 Awens. Awen. 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 Blessed be.
Blessed be. Okay. The intention that I'm hoping to set, we're talking very much about the waters. And we know the waters, frankly, they're in trouble. They're the lifeblood of everything that is on the surface of this beautiful blue planet. They are being destroyed. Man makes lots of decisions without having any idea of what the outcome might have been. Whoa! And I just lost my phone. My apologies. There we go. We learned to burn coal before we found out how much damage it did to the air. We learned to make our air cool with Freon and didn't know it was tearing a hole in the ozone layer, which is what protects us from the solar rays. We create nuclear energy and then don't have a way to get rid of the nuclear waste except by polluting other areas. There's great salt caverns, and what are they doing in those wonderful salt caverns? Storing radioactive waste. The seas are being polluted. There was a show where they went to the deepest of the deeps in the Marianas Trench, and there was a plastic water bottle down in the deepest of the deeps. This is just wrong. We need to do what we can to heal the waters. The women have the water song given by, and I've just lost the name of the tribe, and this is mandated, the Algonquin women, to all the women, to bless the waters. They don't have to be a lake. They don't have to be a sea. They can be the very glass of water that you're drinking, or the water that you're doing the dishes. For the men, support the women in their blessings. For this is a song of the waters for the women, for we are most connected to the waters. But also the waters have another facet that we can use. And hopefully this is a healing use. It doesn't pollute physically. And hopefully it does the other thing that water does, which is cleansing. Now, we've been in that fire season, and what a wild ride it can be. It's the heart of the fire, the heart of love. If you follow the Oriental calendar, we're in the season of the fire horse. Let's add some more fire to that fire that's already going. But one of the things that we do have, fire isn't choicy about who it works for. And it can work for good, and it can work for bad. And right now I feel that a lot of the world's leaders are using their fire in a very, very negative way. There's so many people beyond the world leaders that are using their fire in a negative and damaging way, all the way down to individuals. So what kind of comes to me for this season, because we are not fully out of fire, nor are we fully into water, is that since every molecule of water touches every molecule of everything else, we can send out our love. This love that has been being prayed for all through this year, to take the haze, the blinders from people's eyes that see nothing but their own prowess to make the world and bend it to their ways. Those that are polluting the ocean, let them see. And we can use that water to cleanse us of the animosity and the, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. Who in their right mind would do this? But also to send out loving energy through the waters, the beautiful, pure waters that we're working with today and striving for. Send it out to the rest of the world, these beautiful waters, with our love, with the love of the mother, our star mother and our earth mother, that they can help us and be with us, and we can send this loving energy. In other words, let's temper down that strong fire with a little bit of water and cool it so that it becomes acceptable to all, to change for the betterment of all and with harm to none. That's my wish. That is the intention that I wish to set for today. We have the loving heart, and through that loving heart, even one little candle joined with every other candle brings light. And one drop of water with every other drop of water can bring love. So that is my intention for the working today. So, Miss Tina Louise, you have a water song to present to us.
Yes, my lovely. This one's hot off the press. It's very, very fresh, as in literally just finished.
Wonderful.
So let's give it a go. It's called This World of Water. I walked the shore beside the sea. Out from the wave she came to me. Her eyes were fathomless and wise, their colours shifting like the skies. Why do you poison me, she said, her voice a torrent in my head. I touch the world on every shore. I am the one who came before. And water is my blood, she said. It flows through every stream and bed, through every ocean, lake and land. Then gently she reached for my hand. I am the rain, I am the sun, I am the moon, I am the one. I am the air, I am the earth, and I am death, and I am birth. Ooh. So tell me, do you care? Are you there? Or will you simply stand and stare? Do you care? Do you care? On this world of water that we share? Or will you watch whilst they devour her with greed? Will you stand and just watch her while she bleeds? Do you care? Are you there? Oh, tell me, do you care? I watched her gaze across the bay where broken things had washed away nets and bottles, oil and waste, the scars of profit, fear and haste. Then deep within my inner eye, I watched the years go rolling by, countries soaked with hate and blood, then swallowed up by fire and flood. A cracked and broken river bed lay strewn with silent, rotting dead. I felt my face grow wet with tears as I beheld mankind's worst fears. When next I opened up my eyes, a gentle rain fell from the skies. She said, "Now do you understand?" and gently reached to take my hand. Oh. Do you care? Are you there? Or will you simply stand and stare? Do you care? Are you there? On this water of world that we share? Or will you watch whilst they devour her with greed? Will you stand and just watch her while she bleeds? Do you care? Are you there? Oh, tell me, do you care? Oh, mother, tell me, what can we do? My child, said she, that's up to you. Respect my body, this world your home. My lifeblood flows through flesh and bone. See the beauty, the wonder of it all, the whispering trees and the humpback's call. Don't let this world burn up with hate. There's still time, it's not too late. Beneath the wave she sank again, as time began to turn, and then I saw a heron rise and fly, a silver shadow in the sky. And though my heart was filled with pain, I felt a spark of hope remain. For every end in birth's a start, and change begins within the heart. What kind of ancestors do you wish to be? What about your children's children? What's your legacy? Do you see? Do you care? Are you there? Or will you simply stand and stare? Do you care? Are you there? On this world of water that we share? Or will you watch whilst they devour her with greed? And will you stand and just watch her while she bleeds? Do you care? Are you there? Oh, tell me, do you care? Thank you. Blessed be.
That was beautiful. You took my breath away. In fact, I had to kind of blink back a few tears so that I wouldn't just start blubbering all over the place. That was so gorgeous. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh my gosh, Miss Tina, that was off the charts beautiful. Okay. I'm just blown away how none of us talked. Cerridwen is so wonderful, and we are so blessed by her, because I know that none of us talked to each other prior to now. And that song, it hit everything that I could possibly have hoped for that is our working today. Thank you, with a beautiful voice and beautiful words. Thank you so much. I don't know if it's going to be tough to follow that. I have a poem here by Thomas Rickard, and he wrote this poem just to try and get some people settled in for a writing exercise. But it ended up being so much more. He describes that the I in this poem is meant to be the I of each and every one of us, the transcendent I that binds us all as sentient living beings. To read or to listen to this poem, I invite you to remember a river you know, its textures, color, feel, shape, and the way you feel as you rest close by. The title of this poem is I Am a River. I am a river. I am a river. I am a river. Born a mere stream, I sprang forth from the carved and caring cradle of my mountain home. The soil and stone mark my path, even as I mark the stone and soil with my footprints. I have been channeled, and channeled a great life journey. I have flown through waterfalls, ever falling to catch myself in newfound depths. The great rapids run through my veins, drawing in from the land around me, offering all energy to me and the life within me, the ever-evolving symbiosis of my beings. With the clouds I commune through my breath, forming and being formed through the sea of atmosphere around me. Beneath the surface, the cooler, slower waters travel, caught in the dark and still held pools, sheltering in hidden caves, soaking the ground of my body and grounding me, so that should the rains die down for a time, a river beneath lives on, ready to spring back, on a path, however meandering, takes me inevitably to the sea, to pass into that great origin of all life, salt of the womb, salt of our blood, rising and falling in ever-turning tides. Blessed be. And now we should have a video from Reti.
Cerridwen, Lady of Water, you are in every drop, in the holy lake Bala, in meandering rivers and crystal springs, in the salty seas and endless oceans, in the refreshing rain and in the deep wells. You are in our tears and in our whole body. Cerridwen, bless this cup of water. Here are all my emotions, sadness and joy. Here, in this cup, they become one, and it becomes pure love. I promise to carry this pure love in my heart, dedicated to you. Cerridwen, your kindness is eternal. and your power is endless. Lady Water, you heal our wounds, quench our thirst, unite the earth and the nations. You can be gentle and strong at the same time. Your rebellious and stormy mind shall deliver us from sorrow and pain. I am grateful for this wonderful world, rising above the endless waters and sending my prayers.
That was gorgeous. Thank you. Well, I feel like this is going so fast. I just want to spend so much time with everybody. It's amazing how the hearts and the minds Cerridwen has blessed us with, and how they are all so beautifully coming together. Miss Cathy has a poem which she would like to share with this group. Miss Cathy, please.
This is a poem by Wendell Berry, and it's called The Peace of Wild Things. When despair for the world grows in me, and I wake in the night at the least sound, in fear of what my life and my children's lives might be, I go and lie down where the wood drake rests in his beauty on the water, and the great heron feeds. I come into the peace of wild things, who do not tax their lives with forethought of grief. I come into the presence of still water, and I feel above me the day-blind stars waiting with their light. For a time, I rest in the grace of the world, and I am free. Blessed be.
Blessed be. Thank you, Cathy. Appreciate that so very much. It's lovely. Okay. the next thing we have, next thing. That's really an intelligent way to say things. We will have a bit of crystal guidance with Miss Tina, if you would, please. I really appreciate that.
Thank you. Yes, okay, well, crystal healing, fantastic. What can we do with it? How can we help ourselves during these difficult times? I mean, when I was given the theme, our world of water needs help, my first thought obviously was, the oceans, the rivers and the waterways. But before we heal the waters of the world, we must also tend the waters that are within ourselves. For water is the element of emotion, it's intuition, it's compassion, it's grief, it's connection, it's healing, it's the unconscious mind. So as crystal healers, we know that water, being the element of emotion, given how the world is right now, I mean, let's face it, it's, the emotional waters of humanity right now are a bit like a toddler after 3 packets of Haribo and a double espresso. They're all sort of very, very wound up and very, very keyed up. It's stormy, fear, anger, grief, division. It seems to be everywhere, right? So tonight I'd like to introduce a few crystal allies who specialize in helping us navigate emotional turbulence and find calmer waters within ourselves. Because as crystal healers, we often speak about helping the earth, but perhaps one of the greatest gifts that we can offer to the world is emotional healing. Every act of compassion, every difficult emotion that's processed rather than projected helps create calmer waters within our families, communities, and ultimately the world as a whole. So let's get started. So I thought the first one that immediately sprung to mind and sprung into my hand. I don't know if the only problem is I'm trying to display, it's actually quite difficult to get them to show on here. This is ocean jasper. Now that's an ocean jasper, a dragon head. I'm hoping you can see him there. Now, I tend to anthropomorphize my crystals, so I give them personalities and characters and stuff. And ocean jasper is the cheerful counselor. Now, ocean jasper is the friend who arrives with a flask of tea, a packet of biscuits, and absolutely no judgment at all. He says, "Come on in, love, sit down, tell Auntie Jasper what's wrong." So it reminds us that emotions are not permanent states of being. They arrive like tides and eventually recede. So ocean jasper reminds us that emotions, they come in waves. Sometimes they are tiny ripples, sometimes they are tsunami-sized. The trick is not to stop the waves, it's learn to surf them without actually drowning, which is good. So how to work with ocean jasper? Right, I tend to pair it with a little bit of howlite, and it can be very, very good if you're dealing with emotional overwhelm and anxiety. This combination is ideal when your emotions are behaving like a washing machine on its spin cycle, for example. Ocean jasper comes up and says, "Let's talk about it over a cup of tea." Howlite says, "Let's not set fire to anything whilst we do, shall we?" So, it's got this nice sort of balance between the two going on there. So practical, again, easy method here. Hold one stone in each hand, your howlite in one, your ocean jasper in the other. Then just sit quietly and imagine your emotions are just waves on a beach. You don't need to stop the waves. That's going to be pretty much impossible. That didn't work out for King Canute. It's not going to work out for us. So you simply watch them arrive and leave. And then as they do, just ask yourself, what emotion most needs my attention for today? And often the answer will come up quite quickly. It'll just come out of the blue and think, "Oh, it's that one." It may not be the one you expect either, funnily enough. Then let's move on to another one of my favourites, blue lace agate. Now, she's the gentle grandmother of my crystals. You won't find her. She doesn't argue on Facebook. She doesn't shout at politicians. She doesn't even shout at people who put in milk first before they put in the tea. So she doesn't raise her voice. She communicates quietly without becoming part of the noise, which, considering how shouty the world is at the moment, that's a good thing. So what she says to us is that perhaps everyone should just calm down and have a nice cup of tea. Now, you will notice the tea theme that does follow through my crystals a lot. We have tea very often with my crystals when I have a chat with them. So yes, tea is a biggie. All right. Biscuits are optional, but always welcome. So blue lace agate teaches peaceful communication and emotional soothing. She really sounds a nice little balm there that goes with a blue lace agate. Now, to pair her with another one to get maximum benefit, I pair her with a moonstone. Moonstone, this is wonderful for if you have to have a difficult conversation, for example, if there's family tensions and misunderstandings, because moonstone provides emotional wisdom, and the blue lace agate helps us to express that wisdom in a kind way over a cup of tea. Okay, so the practical method for this, before you have to have a challenging conversation, for example, hold again both stones for just a few moments in your hands, feel yourself tuning into their energy, and then ask yourself the question, am I trying to be right or am I trying to be understood? And the answer to that can change the entire nature of the conversation. If you go into the conversation saying, oh, I've got to prove that I'm right, or I just need to understand and be understood. Completely different slant on the communication. So yes, blue lace agate and moonstone together, very, very good for this. Then we come to moonstone, since we've just mentioned her. She's the wise midwife. Now then, moonstone understands that all waters move in cycles. And so just because we are struggling today does not mean that we will always struggle, because moonstone doesn't remove difficult emotions. Instead, she kind of sits down beside you and says, yes, dear, this part is uncomfortable, but something new is being born. So it's a wonderful crystal for emotional cycles, transition, trust in the ebb and flow of life. I'm not sure, again, if you can sort of see that. I do love moonstone. It's got a beautiful flash on it, like you get also with labradorite. Absolutely stunning. Lovely, gentle energy to it. Pairs very well for with, no, I never know if I'm saying this correctly, charoite. I pronounce it charoite. It may be something completely different. No doubt somebody is going to come up and tell me, oh, no, you've said that wrong, Tina. You've only been doing it for 30 years. What the hell do you think you're doing? But yeah, so charoite. It's a beautiful combination for grief, for major life changes and emotional transformation. So when you think about it, you've got moonstone, that's the nurturing energy, and then you've got charoite, which strengthens resolve and sorts out problems for you. So together, they can help us move through difficult periods, for example, without becoming trapped within the difficulty itself. So it allows you to move forward freely without becoming snarled up in it. Certainly a nice little thing you can do on the dark moon itself is place the moonstone and charoite beside a journal. And then you write down in the journal what is coming to an end, what are you ready to release, and what emotional burden am I carrying that no longer serves me? What luggage do I need to put down and walk away from, basically? Allow the crystals to become physical reminders then of your intentions. You keep them close by and keep them sort of to hand, and they will remind you, okay, of your intention. Just a little piece of charoite there. It's a fabulous colour. It's purple and it's gorgeous. Absolutely fabulous. Sorry, I'm drooling now. This is quite sad. Okay, so moving on. We have green adventurine is my next favourite. It's the optimistic friend. Now then, he's the friend who refuses to let you stay stuck in a rut. Not because she lacks compassion, mind you, but because after listening patiently to you for 3 hours, she finally says, right then, what are we actually going to do about it? So she encourages emotional intelligence, resilience, and hope. And it just basically doesn't allow you to stay stuck or permanently moored in the pit of despair, for example. She picks you up and says, okay, right, you've talked about it long enough, now let's get stuck into something else. So pairing green adventurine with ocean jasper is a really dynamic duo there. It's great if you become basically exhausted, emotionally exhausted by the world's events, and let's face it, if we absorbed every terrible news story every day, most of us would need to move permanently into a cave with biscuits and several emotional support crystals. It's really not very nice at the moment. So practical way of working with them, easy. You can just create a simple hope grid, or a grid for hope. So you place the 2 crystals beside a photograph of something that you love, which is Very nice for generating some lovely energy. It could be a member of your family. It could be a scene from nature or part where you normally walk or you enjoy. It could be a favorite, your pet, a beloved pet. It could be a picture of your community as a whole. And then you just spend a few moments focusing on what is still beautiful and what is still worth protecting. Because there's nothing like a photo of your favorite dog, for example, just to really bring all these emotions to the surface, and you sort of say, yeah, you make my life worth it. You make me want to get up every morning and want to protect you. So hope is not denial then. Hope is fuel for us to move forward. And then we come on to another personal favourite of mine, Howlite. Now then, Howlite is the patron saint of not strangling people. It's a crystal whose gifts are especially useful when dealing with social media, traffic jams and certain politicians. Now, the best way to pair it and to use it is to put it with the blue lace agate. So then you've got perfect combination there for anger management and frustration. So if you're feeling a little reactive, shall we say, hold your Howlite, take 3 nice slow breaths, and then ask yourself the question, will this actually matter in a week's time? And if the answer is no, consider stepping away from that situation. Your blood pressure will definitely thank you for it. Then we come back then to Charoite. Charoite, as I said before, is a transformational stone, so it's a transformer. Charoite is the friend who marches into emotional chaos carrying a mop and a bucket and says, okay, this mess won't clean itself. She helps us process fear and transform difficult emotional states into wisdom and strength. Because Charoite doesn't fear the storm. She teaches us how to navigate it, which is great. Good pairing again. You can put Charoite. This is what I call the wonderful trifecta of sorting things out where crystals are concerned. You've got Charoite, Moonstone and Howlite. Now if you combine the energies of all those 3 together, you get this wonderful alchemy that occurs, and it brings a great deal of emotional healing, because the Moonstone nurtures, Howlite then calms and helps remove the anger aspect of things, and then Charoite takes all this energy and transforms it into something much more positive. So together they form what I affectionately refer to as the emotional first aid kit. So a practical way of working with them, again, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. You can either pick a bath, a cup of tea, or your hot drink of choice. It could be coffee or a hot chocolate, or just if you want to sit down on a comfortable chair, taking a few nice deep breaths. Just put all the 3 crystals then around your object. So if you're putting it around I like to work again, cup of tea, surprise, surprise. And I put my 3 crystals around the cup of tea. I then bring my focus completely to the tea, the beverage, to the steam that's coming off it, to the smell and the scent of it. I feel the cup and where it's warmer, where it's cooler. I pay close attention, maybe is it swirling, that sort of thing. And I become completely absorbed in that object. If I do it in the bath, then I have the crystals around the bath. And again, you do the same thing. You could become absorbed, whether there's bubbles going everywhere, whether the water, if it's flowing and it's swirling around your body, you become absorbed in the scents and the sounds and the sensations. And by doing that, you're creating essentially a deliberate pause. You're literally pressing pause on the anxiety, the emotions. So there's no fixing involved. There's no having to solve a problem. There's no spiritual homework to do. It's simply giving yourself permission to rest. And sometimes healing begins when we stop trying so hard, Now then, and the final culprit we're going to bring with us is going to be opal. Now, opal is a beautiful and gentle stone, naturally high water content, so often a good choice for working with in the water season. But I do find it will indiscriminately magnify all emotions, the good, the bad and the ugly, potentially a challenge for somebody who has mental health problems and very much needs to be combined with a good, solid, stable, grounding crystal to mitigate the effects of it. And preferably maybe a transformative crystal, something like malachite, also working with it as well. It just helps transmute any rogue fallout that you might get from working with opal, because opal isn't a fluffy, everything is love and light sort of crystal. Even though it's very gentle and everybody raves about opals, it's really, it's a bit indiscriminate. It just loves emotions, basically. It's an emotional amplifier. It's the crystal equivalent of turning the volume up to 11, on a 10. It never, I don't think opal's ever met an emotion that it didn't want to magnify in some state. So, if you are feeling joy, creativity and inspiration, opal may help those feelings to blossom and bloom. However, if you're feeling anxiety, grief, anger or overwhelm, opal may amplify those emotions too. So, as a result, I am now going to give you an official health warning. Warning, opals may cause unexpected emotional honesty, spontaneous tears, creative downloads, existential pondering, and the sudden urge to journal at 3 o'clock in the morning. Be aware. So, pair it, okay? If you're going to use it, you need to pair it with something that'll help to mitigate some of these effects. So, one crystal, pressing the accelerator, opal. You need one that's going to know where the brakes are. My choice, smoky quartz. Smoky quartz connects very nicely with an opal. It doesn't interfere. The energies meld very well together. But you have that sort of case of accelerator, brake. So it's a little bit more manageable. Right, smoky quartz helps keep both feet on the ground when opal has decided to launch your emotional spaceship into orbit. So it's a good one. Go for that one. And then you also have malachite, which I personally, again, like to throw into the mix. It has a reputation amongst many crystal workers as a catalyst for transformation and truth-telling, and I would agree with that one. It's definitely a transformative crystal. It can help transform grief and all sorts of difficulties. It's a very, very good crystal for that. But I think what happens with when you combine it with the opal is that opal will reveal what's there. Whether it's good, bad or ugly, the opal will show it. It'll come up with a great big magnifying glass and go, "Ooh, look at that emotion. Ooh, we'll have a bit of that, please." And it really magnifies it. And then malachite then comes along and helps you to do something useful with that information. So instead of being tossed around in a tidal surge and then dumped unceremoniously on the sand, totally shell-shocked, you're plucking seaweed out of your hair and a hermit crab out of your underwear, malachite will rock up alongside you on the waters with a dinghy and pulls you on board, sort of saying, "Oh, it's a bit lively out there, isn't it, dear?" And then we'll whip out a notebook and saying, "Okay, let's start unpacking what's going on under the surface here, shall we?" So it's a very practical, transformative stone and combines really, really well. So if you're feeling brave and you want to work with opal, that's fine, but combine it possibly with either malachite and definitely with smoky quartz. Okay, right, so how do we work with opal? Again, keep it simple. I'm not in for anything so big or complicated. Life's too short. Let's just hold opal for a few minutes during your reflection or your meditation. Also make sure that you are holding either malachite or smoky quartz at the same time. Again, I would tend to, if in doubt, go with smoky quartz. Okay. And then as you're concentrating, as you're focusing and connecting with the opal, just notice in yourself what emotions are coming to the surface. And believe me, they will. Opal is very, very good at bringing stuff to the surface for you. So once you've felt what's come up, you put your opal and your smoky quartz down, and then journal. Get your journal out and just write down anything that came to you, any feelings, any thoughts, any insights, because very often, again, it'll be something that you may think that you've buried or something that, is unexpected. It always is something a little unexpected. Right. So what you're doing is basically creating a container around the experience rather than allowing emotional amplification to just run amok and do pace havoc. So opal reminds us that emotional healing is not about suppressing your feelings. It's about becoming aware of what's already there flowing under the surface. So basically, it's a wonderful crystal. If you're already having a bit of an emotional week, 3 cups of coffee in, you're arguing with relatives on Facebook and contemplating the state of the world, perhaps I would leave opal in its pouch for now until, maybe next Tuesday. Emotional healing isn't always peaceful sea breezes and dolphins. Sometimes it's discovering you've accidentally summoned a Category 5 hurricane and need to deploy smoky quartz stat. So, yeah, which, be honest, most people can relate to that at some point. Anyway, to wrap up, Every river begins as a tiny spring, as they say, and every ocean is made of individual drops. In the same way, collective emotional healing can begin with individual acts of care. So if we wish to help the waters of our world, perhaps we begin by tending the waters within ourselves first, calming fear, healing grief, choosing compassion, speaking kindly. It doesn't cost anything to be kind. And rest when you're weary. If you're tired, just rest. Give yourself permission to switch off and rest. Because if our inner waters are poisoned by fear and resentment and despair and division, then eventually those emotional currents, they spill out into the wider world. Every act of healing, every moment of compassion, every difficult emotion that is processed rather than projected just helps. It helps clear the waters around us. Perhaps one way we can help our world of water is by tending to the waters we carry within. So tonight, beneath the dark moon, we are invited to look into our own inner ocean, not to judge the storms we find there, but to honour them, to thank the waves for what they've taught us, and to ask our crystal allies to help guide us forward to calmer waters. Thank you very much, and blessed be. So,
Blessed be.
yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, I was supposed to say that a bee is coming in now with a lovely ritual. I believe I was asked to do that. I, of course, completely forgot because menopause brain just doesn't work. Hey, but a beautiful bee is coming in with a lovely spell ritual.
A rite for Litha, calling to the water spirits. We call upon the spirits of the waters of the world. We call upon you to come and help us heal all that needs healing. We call upon the spirits of the waters of the world. Let them see, let them see. Let those who are blind open their eyes and let them see how to help you, how to be. As I will it, so mote it be. We call upon the spirits of the waters of the world. We call upon the spirits of the waters of the world. We call upon the spirits of the waters of the world. We ask you now to show us how we can help you heal. And as you will it, so mote it be.
Okay, that was lovely. Short and sweet. Now I have to find my list of what I'm supposed to be doing. Give me a moment. Can you tell this is the very first time I've ever done this? Okay. Well, I don't know how long this has lasted. Oh, not too bad. 35 minutes. It's perfect for the summer. Well, I don't know about you guys, but on this side, we have 3 days of beautiful weather that's just nice and warm and lovely. And then the remaining days of the week are severe thunderstorms. So we're getting a lot of water here, spiked with all the energy. Maybe if you're in an area where you've got that, that might be a good time to collect some thunder water. That's some very powerful stuff to work with. Okay, well, I guess it's time for Cathy to release the direction of water with our thanks.
Cerridwen, great goddess of water, thank you for attending our rite. May your love remain in our hearts. May your blessings remain in our souls. May your clear waters sustain our spirits as we aspire to become a clean vessel which you may choose to fill with your vital essence of life. Blessed Lady of the Lake, the cauldron and the chalice, ere you return to your watery realm, may there always be love and peace between us. We bid you hail and farewell. Hail and farewell.
Hail and farewell.
Blessed be.
Blessed be. And Tina? would you please close the center with our thanks?
Okay, my lovely. Diolch, Cerridwen. Thank you for your loving presence here with us on this dark moon. Thank you for helping us to understand that not everyone can clean an ocean, not everyone can change government policy, but everyone can tend their emotional waters. Everyone can show compassion. Everyone can heal a wound, and everyone can speak kindly to one another. We can process grief instead of passing it on. And thank you for reminding us that we are not the waves. We are in fact the ocean. Farewell, and bide well in your temple. Cerridwen, maestris hyd ar dirgelwch. Blessed be.
Blessed be. Thank you. And now, I think I kind of jumped the gun earlier by saying how Cerridwen works and brings all of us together with no communication, and yet we have hit the exact thought that I had for this dark moon. And the contributions have been off the charts. I really, really thank you. I really thank everybody who has tuned in. I have no idea how many are here. I had to use my phone. My computer decided, oh, I don't think I want to talk to Zoom today. So that wasn't happening. But as a final step, I'd like us all to recite the Druid's Oath. This is an oath. It is something that you are swearing to do. And it originates with the Druids, and we do continue to use it with Cerridwen and the dark goddess that she is, and all that we do. So if you know it, that's great. I will say it one time so that you can hear the words. Well, no, let's do it as a call and response. I think that would be easier. And so, we swear by peace and love to stand. Oh, please let me know someone's talking. Heart to heart and hand in hand. Mark, O Goddess, and hear us now.
Mark, O Goddess, and hear us now.
Confirming this our sacred vow.
Confirming this our sacred vow.
We swear by peace and love to stand.
We swear by
By
peace
peace
and love
to
to stand.
stand.
Heart to heart and hand in hand.
Heart to
to
heart and hand in
hand in
hand.
hand.
Mark, O Goddess, and hear me now.
Mark,
Mark,
Our
O
Goddess,
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 and hear me
hear us
now.
now.
Confirming this our sacred vow.
Confirming this our sacred vow.
We swear by peace and love to stand.
We swear
Swear
by
by
peace and love to stand.
Heart to heart and hand in hand.
Heart to
To
heart
heart
and
and
hand in
in
hand.
hand.
Mark, O Goddess, and hear us now.
Mark, O
O
Goddess,
Goddess,
and
And
hear us
hear us
now.
now.
Confirming this our sacred vow.
Confirming
Confirming
this our
our
sacred
sacred
vow.
vow.
Blessed be.
Blessed be.
I want to thank you all again so much for joining us. And they're just absolutely lovely. And I thank you, and I thank you for your comments. So beyond that, I want you to have a blessed water season. And until we meet again at the next dark moon, I'll be seeing you then. Blessed be, and thank you.
Thank
Blessed
you
be.
too.
Thank
you
you.
all. Bye
Good
bye.
night.
Thank you too,
Good night.
Debbie.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.